Hello Porsche fans, so today we're going to unbox this car by Time Micro. It's a Porsche 964 but with an RWB wide body kit. So for anyone that doesn't know, I did a little research on RWB. It's an acronym for Rau Weltbegriff, which is German for the English translation of Rough World Understanding. Rough World was a drift team that the founder of this company, Akira Nakai, was a leader of and a racer of Toyota AE86s, and so they were a drift team and stuff. So he later on fell in love with the 911 and bought a used 911 and modified it with these giant over fender flares. So that's the story behind RWB. Okay. So the Porsche 964, though, history on that one, it came out in 1989 and ran up until 94. It was the second generation Porsche. The first one had an over 30-year production run. So this 964 is supposed to be like 85% new parts and all that. And a gentleman named Benjamin Dimson is the designer of this car, supposedly. What Wikipedia is telling me. Because it was almost a completely new car. It was the first 911 to offer Tiptronic transmissions and all-wheel drive. Appearance-wise, it generally had smoother bumpers compared to the rubberized bumpers on older classic Porsches. Okay, really nothing here on the packaging. So we got this backing card here. That probably means this is a really tight case. It seems to be the case. This is my third Time Micro model. I have a purple Phantom Mansory, which has a lot of quality problems, and then recently I got the Bugatti Divo, which had a minor problem on its fin. Nice little card, but it creates a lot of tension in the case. Okay, so let's take a look here. We have this placard, some sort of photo etched piece. There's a Sakura logo, and then RWB, Rau Weltbegriff. Okay, and then Time Roker on the back. I'm going to take it off here. A little tape there. A couple screws. So the Porsche 964 also, some statistics, around 63,000 of them were sold over those years. And the engine is obviously, well, maybe you don't know, but the engine is located in the back, meaning it's literally behind the rear axle. And they came in either 3.3 all the way up to 3.8 liter engines, many different engines. Some were turbocharged, normally aspirated. They had every variation going on. Okay, so let's now get into the model here. I'm going to have to angle the camera down. And then find one of the pointers. Okay, we'll start here. Okay, so although I usually avoid black cars, because you tend to lose a lot of the details in the bodywork, because this is a matte finish black and it's got Sakura flowers all over it. Sakuras are cherry blossoms in Japan, by the way. I can see a lot of the body contours, so I rather like it. So starting with the wheels here, we got these white, I'm not sure what kind of wheels these are. They look like BBS's, but not quite so. I don't know. Not sure if these are who makes these wheels, but inside the barrels here, we got the RWB logo. The tires have idlers. I'm not sure if that's pronounced right, but I see in YouTube videos when Akira Nakai modifies the cars, he spray paints that onto the tires. Okay, so we have a door handle that's molded in. It's part of the casting. Relatively tight panel lines. Good indication of the body screws or rivets used to put on the over fenders. Black trim molding there. Oh, the mirror has a reflector in it, so that's nice. And then I guess we'll go to the front here. We got this really thin plastic canard or downforce wing here, downforce lip. And then we have the main chin spoiler lip, painted gold. A little overrun there, but I guess it's alright. Looks like a thin piece of red metal here for a tow hook. So that's a nice little detail touch. You got some deep casted vents here. Well, they're not super deep, but they are deeper, relatively deep, and they're obviously the whole car is black, so it looks realistic. A little texture here in this grille, so that's nice. And then the plastic lenses, as one would expect on a car of this price range. Okay, so the Porsche crest there. I don't know. It doesn't look 100% like the Porsche crest, but it's an indication of it. Unless it's actually an RWB logo. I'm not sure. The windshield wipers are separate pieces, and I think they're plastic pieces, or maybe not. I think they actually might be photo etched metal because they look relatively flat, but they're painted black. I don't think they're plastic. Okay, here's a little. That's weird. I think the fuel filler cap is much larger. This is a really narrow fuel filler cap, so I'm not sure if that's accurate. Oh well. Okay, so this side, no problems here. Same as the others. Physically the same, but the Sakuras are pink on this side, whereas they're red on the other side. Okay, the wheels here again. Let me focus on that tire. Idlers or idlers. RWB. And you can see some disc brake rotors back there. Alright, so we'll see about this. It does spin. I wouldn't want to play with it on a Hot Wheels track. It doesn't spin very freely, but it does spin. I'm trying to see if there's a caliper and whether or not that rotor spins with the wheel. I can't really tell. Based on this design here of this little T shape on the silver barrel, this is what the brake rotor's on, so it shouldn't spin where the wheel will spin. But I can't tell if there's an actual brake caliper because the spoke holes are so narrow. So sorry, I can't tell. Maybe the YouTube will show it up better. Okay, so this side, I don't see. There's a little shininess here. The crazy glue or whatever they used to apply the mirror to the body ran off. So, okay. But what's really nice are these Sakura flowers. They're printed very nicely. Like they're literally going into the panel line the cut lines. Right? There's no like black gap or anything like that. So it was applied very well. And then you can see here really nice thin defroster lines. A lot of models I see super thick defroster lines printed on. It just doesn't look realistic, but this one looks good. This windshield wiper here, this one looks like it's part of the plastic cast molding here, and then it's just painted black. It's not a separate piece, but it's good. I like it. Okay, so before I forget, let's take a look and see if there's anything in the interior. So let's see if we look at the passenger side window. You can see a steering wheel there over there on the left-hand drive. Some molded in gauges. Some molded in looks like a stereo buttons or HVAC buttons. The shifter knob there. There's a roll cage in the back. So pretty good molded in details. Just no color, it seems. It seems like it's just a black interior. I don't see any like seat belts printed on there. Right? It's really hard to tell because the windshield's so short because of that Ralvelt sticker on it. But I'm not seeing any additional color. Maybe you guys can, but I can't see it. Okay, well anyways, it's alright I guess. Maybe the real car in real life is all black on the inside, so it could be accurate. Okay, so let's get around to the back where we get this giant double-decker tail here. Alright, so underneath, Idler's Club. I'm gonna have to research that. I know nothing about it. RWB logo, it's gold. It says Carrera 2, maybe? What is that? It's hard to Carrera RS. Okay, it's hard to see over the pink flower. And then what is this? Is this some sort of blemish or text? I gotta look at it with the naked eye. Seems to be like a little paint problem, I guess. And then this, so this taillight is all blacked out. What I'm trying to figure out is if it's just a black piece of plastic or clear plastic painted black. I think it's just a black piece of plastic. Or really dark smoked plastic. Okay. Well, anyways, we got the RWB thing where the license plate would be. The exhaust tips are pretty nice because they have depth to them, right? They're physically molded, so pretty thin rim. That's actually pretty good, except this one's round and this one looks like it's crushed like an oval. I'm not sure what it should be. I'm not sure if it should be an oval or a circle. So that's too bad. Okay. So some vents molded into this piece here. That sounds like it's metal. Sounds like it's a casting. Same with the body. I don't know if it's a separate piece. This top wing though is a separate piece of plastic glued onto that. Okay, so and then we got some indication of adjustment bolts or something for the wing. Okay. So let's go to the bottom and see what's happening there. Alright, Time Micro's logo. Doesn't say the car, made in China. You can modify it with taking those screws off. Yeah, the staggered tires with some tread, kind of muted tread pattern though. The mold's worn, it's not really crisp. And then with some nice painted indication of the exhaust system here. And painted gold, so no, it's silver. Well, that's really interesting. It looks like it was molded in yellow or gold, and then it's painted with silver, just not painted 100%. So like over here it's silver, over here it's kind of gold or yellow. So that's really interesting. I'm not sure why they would, what would make them choose to make a different color piece of plastic and then they choose to paint over it. Weird. Okay, well anyways, it's I guess a lot of extra effort on Time Micro's part. Okay, so my main concern was are there going to be any production quality problems like I had on my first two Time Micros? And from what I'm seeing in the video camera, no. The answer is no. Like I haven't seen any paint rash or dust in contaminating the paint before, or any gouges in the casting before it was painted. I'm currently now just looking at it with the naked eye, so if it's out of focus I apologize. The only issue was that little piece in the middle, but I think that's just to cut off a plastic sprue. Maybe not the best, but okay. So I gotta say, I think I recommend Time Micro. It's not, it's not 100% awesome. You got a little gold overrun here, but this also isn't a $60 or $100 model. It seems to be not super overpriced. A lot of detail for the price you're getting. So, okay, well, yeah, I guess I can recommend this model. Particularly this paint job is really great. I mean, it's the transitioning, the blending of the red and the pink flowers, and then the matte finish of the paint contrasted by the white wheels. So there's a lot of color, and then the gold pinstriping around the window you see going up the A-pillar and down the back. So it's a really interesting mix of colors. It's very vibrant. So I'm actually very happy I got this. I love Porsches. I love the 993 the most, but that'll come later. Sooner or later I'll get one of those models. But for now, this is a great addition to my small Porsche collection. Okay guys, well, if any of you guys are Porsche fans, or RWB fans, let me know. See ya.